Manavishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakata Mahyam Pranami Sukatantikam Namo Vishnapadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidinamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this chapter has 55 slokas. Let's see, we can take it in 3 sessions or something. Okay. So chapter 11 is about the universal form of the Lord. So Krishna is practically going to demonstrate whatever he told in the previous chapter we saw, no? Like he says, Nakshatrana Maham Shashi, I'm the moon among the stars, I'm that, I'm this, I'm with the mountains, I'm Himalayas, and Aham Adirhi Devana, he says he's the source of all the demigods. Everything he's going to practically demonstrate. Like, for example, we have this Benedict's test. Like, I forgot what it was, but then you just put some ingredients and there'll be a ring, no? Benedict's ring for diabetic patient, something. So in the chemistry lab, we mug up the theory. We mug it. We don't realize what we are mugging it up. Then we vomit it in the lab. But when we actually go and do the test, add this, and then fed the ring, we'll never forget in life. In the sense we have the theory, now we practically do it. Like you have a cooking nice theory class, but then especially cooking, swimming, driving, unless you drive, unless you cook, you won't, otherwise you'll forget. The theory you'll forget, oh, you have to add this masala, but once you do it, you'll never forget. Once you drive or once you swim, you'll never forget that. So practical thing is important. So here, Krishna is not practically showing it for Arjuna's sake. Arjuna as a devotee don't want to see the universal form. A devotee is not attracted to the universal form. But for us, for a general mass of people or for the demonic class of people, to accept Krishna's authority. Till now, Krishna has said everything, but still people are not accepting. Still people doesn't believe. Some people, unless Krishna exhibited the Vishwarupa, they will not believe. So this Krishna is showing this form. First main reason is Arjuna requested for that form. And Krishna is describing the universal form before, like a trailer. No, you put a trailer and then you release the movie. So you get an idea of what Krishna is going to show. So that Arjuna doesn't get bewildered. Okay, and Sanjay's description of Arjuna's vision of universal form is also mentioned. It's a Virat Rupa. Okay, before I forget, Nandamacha, I'll send you this list with the marks. I need to know who's having very less attendance in that. Okay, if you, in a general way, if you think, you know, who all are attending regularly.
Mataji, sorry, Mataji, I have taken screenshots, Mataji, so I'll transfer it to the sheet. And I've already
I just want to know, because some names are I never came across that names because I've not seen them or they have not been active in the class or something like that. But others, yes. And please don't upload multiple. Oh, there was multiple. So many devotees have uploaded multiple times. So difficult. I had to delete the whole thing from the Excel sheet again and again from the Google form. So difficult to take about the duplicate cities of this uploading. Because once you upload, I think you'll get a mail, right? Are you all getting a confirmation mail?
Not for this form, Mataji. We didn't get a mail.
I think we need to activate it. Okay, I'll just activate that part so that you know that it's been uploaded and don't upload multiple times. Okay, so now we know the connection between chapter 10 and 11. Yes, because when Krishna said, with a single fragment of myself, I pervade the entire universe, Ekam Shenestito Jagat, he is going to establish that criteria. Or by showing the Virat Rupa, he's established the criteria that anyone who claims to be God must also show a Virat Rupa. If somebody say, I am God, you should tell them to ask to show the Vishwarupa. But if they can't, they're not God. So Arjuna is requesting from the first 4 slokas, and 5 to 8, Krishna is describing the universal form. And one can understand the Lord's nature only by the mercy of the Lord. So in 11.1, Arjuna is acknowledging Krishna's grace. Okay, unless Arjuna requested Krishna, because Krishna is Bhakta Valsala. Krishna wanted his devotees. I mean, he is He is very dear to his devotees, or devotees are very dear to Krishna. So in that way, since Arjuna requested, Krishna is showing this universal form to Arjuna. Before that, Krishna showed the universal form to who? Who else saw?
Duryodhana and Yashodamaya.
Yashodamaya. But it was different form, not this entire form which Arjuna had seen. Okay.
Karnan, ma'am. Karna.
I don't know. I don't know about Karna. I don't know any reference where Karna saw. Okay, so we'll go to the text one. Arjuna Uvaja Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatmam Samhitam Yatvayoktam Vachastena Moho Ayam Vigato Mama. So Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion have now been dispelled. So because after hearing the Chatusloka and everything, Arjuna is fine now. Arjuna is not having any doubts. And Arjuna is acknowledging Krishna's grace, saying that, okay, I've heard from you. Now I'm cleared of all my illusions. So effect of hearing from Krishna, the authority. Prabhupada says you have to hear about Krishna from Krishna. From Krishna means Bhagavad Gita. Or you have to hear about Krishna from the right source. Effect of hearing most confidential knowledge about Krishna's Vibhuti, the all illusion is dispelled. And what is the illusion that gets dispelled? That we think that Krishna is an ordinary friend or a human being. That illusion will be destroyed by hearing about Krishna. One should know that Krishna is the source of everything, that Krishna is the cause of all cause, and is present in everyone's heart as Super Soul. Services Shaham Vishnu, Krishna is in our heart as Paramatma. And also Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, when Krishna says he is the source of everything. We should understand that. And once you understand, once you accept Krishna's authority, then your life is successful. Avapyayo bhutanam shrutau vistaraso maya vata kamala patraksha hatmyam apichavyayam. So, oh lotus-eyed ones, Krishna is called lotus-eyed, like even Kunti Maharani says, Namo Pangajanabhaya, Namo Pangajanabhine, Namo Pangajanetraya, Namaste Pangajagre. So Netra, Pangajanetraya means Krishna's eyes are like lotus. So here it is said lotus-eyed ones. I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity, and you have realized your inexhaustible glories. Like all other living entities get born and dead, but Krishna, he remains, like he is eternal. It is said that Krishna's disappearance might be like a jugglery of a magician. A magician might show that his body is cut into pieces or he's put into fire and so many things. But that magician doesn't really get cut or die. It's just illusion. So similarly, the body is perfectly there. Similarly, Krishna is perfectly there. Only thing is we are not able to see. One senior Vaishnava was saying that the pastimes of Krishna has happened, is happening, and will be happening. In the sense, it goes on happening. Every universe, some or the other Leela is going on happening, but we are not able to see it. Okay, so Arjuna is saying that out of joy, after being assured by Krishna, he is the source of all creation, maintenance, and destruction. And in spite of Krishna being the source of all appearance and disappearance, he is still aloof from them. Patma Patra Mimambasha, he's not attached to anything like that. Okay, Krishna is detached from anything. Evam yadata yadattatvam atmanam parameshwaram drashtum ichchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. So he's saying that, oh great personalities, supreme form, though I see you are here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So Arjuna is requesting for the form. What are the other reasons why Krishna showed the universal form? One is Arjuna requested. Then
Hare Krishna Mataji, to set a criteria for the future people who can claim them to be a god. So then we can ask them to show the Vishwarupa.
So to set a criteria for the imposter gods, like in future, especially this Kali Yuga, this Kurukshetra war was happening towards the end of Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga was about to start. So they know, Krishna knows that in Kali Yuga, but Arjuna knows in Kali Yuga, there were so many so-called god, or in the sense, human like God will come and say, I am God, you are God, all that. So for such people, they set a criteria that, okay, if you're God, show the universal form. To set that criteria, Krishna showed the universal form. Yes. First is Arjuna requested. Second is to set a criteria. Third,
To
To
establish
tell
once
Arjuna,
and for all that he is the supreme absolute truth, Mataji.
To prove, is it?
Yes, to establish
Yes.
once and for all permanently that he is the supreme absolute truth.
Yeah, to prove to the common people that he's not an ordinary person, he's absolute truth. Yes, Puja Mataji.
yes, and basically he has killed everybody. So Arjuna is just the instrument, and that he is going to tell him that
Yes.
everything, I mean, all are killed, and you don't have to do anything. So you just have to do your
Yeah, because in the
duty for
Vishwarupa,
everything.
as Mataji said, in the Vishwarupa, he's going to show that all the Kauravas, Bhishma, Acharya, and Drodacharya, everyone is going to inside Krishna's mouth in the universal form. That means Krishna have already killed. And by showing that, Krishna is giving assurance to Arjuna, see, this is going to be the fate of the war, or you're going to get victory. Because all of them are going to die, and I'm doing it, I'm killing them, you're just an instrument. Yes, for that also Krishna showed the universal form. And Arjuna wanted to prove that Krishna, his friend, is not an ordinary person, or want to show how great Krishna is. And also to know that Krishna is not just lying, or in the previous chapter about his vibhutis. We have to practically demonstrate it so that the atheistic people understand Krishna's glories. So Arjuna desired to see the universal form. That is one main thing that Krishna showed the universal form. So to establish Krishna's divinity, yes, that Krishna is the supreme. To convince others, although he does not have any personal desire, and he's completely satisfied to see the personal form. Arjuna was satisfied to see the personal form. In fact, the demigods, everyone, even Lord Vishnu wanted to see Krishna's form. Yeah, does anyone know the pastime where Lord Vishnu wanted to see Krishna? Vishnu is the expansion of Krishna, right? So as we know, Krishna expands to Balram, and then Balram expands to the first Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarshna, Niruddha, Pradyumna. And again, the Sankarshna expands to the second Chaturvyuha, and there is Mahasankarshna, and from Mahasankarshna, all the Purushavatars comes. So the Vishnu comes there, Purushavatar. This Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and Gurupradakshaya Vishnu. So who is Avatari? Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavad says, Ete chapsa kalapum saha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indriyare vaikulam loke mridayanti yuge yuge. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is Swayam Bhagavan. Also Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Rasapritya. Everybody else's servants, Krishna is the only God. So then.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So in Dwarka, there was a Brahmana whose sons used to die as soon as they take birth.
Yes.
So then he comes and used to scold Krishna. And also once Arjuna was there, he said, I'll protect your son. But I think that was the 10th son, and that also died. So then Krishna took Arjuna to Vaikuntha, and they met Mahavishnu there.
Yes. So that was a past time where that it shows that even Vishnu wanted to see Krishna's form. That means Krishna is all attractive, and that form is attractive to everyone, including Vishnu. Vishnu is 400 and Krishna is the 200 form. So the 200 form is far, far superior than the 400 form. That's why the 200 form is seen in which spiritual world? There are only two spiritual worlds, no?
Goloka Nama.
Goloka, Goloka
Krishna
Vrindavan.
is 200 form. In Vaikuntha, Krishna is the 400 form.
Paramatma.
So also when Krishna left the gopis during the Rasa Leela, and then the gopis were searching for Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Krishna came in the 400 form. And then the gopis, they paid obeisance to Vishnu and asked him, did you see our Krishna? They were not attracted to the 400 form. And then when Radharani came, the other two hands fell because Krishna could not hide his identity in front of her. So, and then the 200. So the 200 form is so attractive than the 400 form, it is said. And so Arjuna was so happy to see the 200 form. He didn't want to see the universal form at all, but convince others that Krishna is the supreme Godhead. So Krishna is addressed here as Purushottama, implies that Lord is a supreme personality Godhead. and knows the heart of Arjuna that he has no personal desire to see that form. Okay, so to avoid imposters, that is another reason that Arjuna want to set a criteria for in future that there will be so many imposters who will pose as the incarnation of God. Like as we know, as Prabhu said, yes, in Kali Yuga especially, many will say, I'm God, I'm God. So to set a criteria, first was to Krishna, Arjuna requested to establish Krishna's divinity to convince others and to set a criteria in the future. And Arjuna, as a responsibility, wants to substantiate Krishna's statement also. Okay, so that in future, people can understand that Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically, but actually, or in that sense, practically presented himself to Arjuna. And Arjuna fulfills his responsibility because he is in the beginning of the parampara. So all this is a Bhakti Shastri question. These are some of the reasons why Krishna showed the universal form. Okay, so Arjuna requested to establish his own divinity to convince others and to avoid imposters, to set a criteria in future, and also to show that Krishna is not theoretically saying it, it's practically proving it. Sometimes you have to give proof. So Krishna is doing that, giving the proof. Okay, and then now Arjuna pleads and does not order to see Krishna's form. Before, in the first chapter, he said, so he was ordering Krishna in that form, in the master form. But then now he is in the Sakyaras has come to Dasya, and now he is pleading Krishna, cannot ordering. Manyase yadi tachakyam maya drishtam iti prabhu yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So he's like, kindly show me. So he's requesting or pleading Krishna, please show me that form. So qualification to see the Lord is only by revelation, by the mercy of the Lord, we can see Krishna. Also in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says, Adar Shri Krishna Nama Vidrahyam Indriye Sevan Mukhi Jitwado Swayameva Svuratita. Adar Shri Krishna Nama Adi. So what do you mean by Nama Adi? Does anyone know? Krishna's
Mataji's form, name, form, pastime, paraphernalia.
That's an order. Naveen Prabhu, you know?
Is it eternal, Mataji? There is no...
No, name, form.
Mataji, it's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela.
Yeah, that means name, form, quality, then past tense. Okay, last is the past tense. So name, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, in the sense name, form, quality, past tense. See, first, Krishna's name is revealed. Like you chant the Hare Krishna mantra, that name comes to you. Then the form of Krishna. When you chant the holy name, you can't imagine Krishna's lotus feet or Krishna. You can't artificially imagine that. He will reveal Swayameva Swaratita. And Krishna's name, form, quality. That, oh, Krishna is Shadaishwarya Purna, all that. So qualities. Then the past tense. So past tense will come last. So Krishna's Nama Adi means name, form, quality, past tense. Nama Vidrahami, we can't know it by our blood senses. Then Sevan Mukhe Jitwado, we have to do devotional service through our tongue by chanting the holy name and taking Krishna Prasadam. Then Swayameva Swayameva Krishna reveals on his own. So Lord is addressed as Yogeshwara. Find out his invincible potency by which infinite can reveal to the finite. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself until one fully surrenders in Krishna consciousness and engage in transcendental love service. Okay. So we have quick group activity. Okay, the question is, should a person exhibit magical feats or miracles to be accepted as God? And what is the flaw in accepting such a person as God? And also you can describe the proper way to understand Krishna's form. Okay, you can go through texts 1 to 4 of this chapter. So what is the proper way to understand Krishna's form? And such, does a person has to exhibit some magic or miracle to be known as God? or what is the criteria to know that somebody is God? We'll have a 3 breakout for 5 minutes and then come back. Hare Krishna, 6 devotees have not joined the breakout room. Saurabh Prabhu, Snigdha Mataji, Jayata Sumigi Mataji, please join the breakout room. All are back. Some rooms are yet to come. Okay, just close all the rooms. Mataji can post the attendance link.
Sure, Mataji.
Where? Okay, it's there. So I want everyone to speak up. Sometimes what happens, some breakout rooms, only some devotees speak, the others are very quiet. So I hope all of you participate. Whatever you know, just share. And when you come back, there should be different devotees representing different groups. Shouldn't be like same devotees every time. Only they speak and others keep quiet. No. Okay, everyone should represent, like take turns and represent. Okay, so what about room number? We'll go from down. This room number 3. Who's ready? Aditi, Mataji, Raj Prabhu, Puja Mataji, Pushti Mataji. One is there. Room number 2.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so Mataji, for the first one, we discussed that a person who is exhibiting magic or miracles may have some power, of course, some siddhis, like we know that Ashta Siddhis are there, he may get something, but then it will be a very restricted this thing, magic or miracle, a small thing which he can do. And accepting someone as a god on that basis is definitely not right. Uh, and so the right way to know or to know that someone is God is first is that it should be revealed to us by a bona fide spiritual master, and that too on the basis of shastras. So it should be written in shastras, because that is a very important criteria for anyone, or to say that one uh, incarnation of Lord, it is the incarnation of Lord, it has to be mentioned in the Shastra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had taught on this to I think Rupa Goswami. And then one more point which Prabhupada also has said, that the Lord would never himself say that he is the Lord. He will only reveal his identity to his confidential devotees. And also, even if you see Krishna's Leela in this thing, childhood, it was not at all to show his power. So all of them were either to kill some demon or to majorly save his devotees. Yeah. And then the another point is of that 6 opulence. So only Bhagwan will have in full all the 6 opulences. Yeah. And in Bhagavad Gita also, to finally show the Vishwarupa as a practical demonstration, which included the full Vishwarupa of him. All the deities can be seen there, all demigods, past, future. So it was like it is mentioned that the entire universe at one place he was able to see. So people doing small miracles, of course, should not be considered as God, because the Lord anytime will not do such activities which we can actually call as cheap activities to prove that he is the Lord. And yes, Mataji. And also the how to know him in the proper way is only by surrender and uh, full devotion to him. And then it is actually on the Lord whether he wants to reveal or not reveal. So he is not forced to reveal himself. We have to be humble, surrendered. And here also, like Prabhupada mentions in the last fourth purport, last para, that Arjun pleads to him, and he does not give order to Krishna, and then it is on Krishna whether he wants to reveal himself or not. So we can know the Lord only by his mercy and by surrendering to him.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. So what about room number 1?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
We discussed about the first and second point, Mataji. We reminded the pastime of our Acharya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where he defeats a Baba who claims him to be a god. Like if like we should not accept an ordinary person to be a god if he performs some magical things, some gifts or curing diseases. That is not the criteria to accept one as a god. But people who is in the mode of ignorance and passion, they still accept the persons who claim them to be a god, and they still follow them. So we even discussed this verse, Tadviti Pranipatena. If we want to understand about God, we have to first approach a spiritual master who has realized God, like Jnanina Tattvadarshina. So only through the mercy of spiritual master, we can understand actually what God is, and we should always follow the instructions of spiritual master. Then only we can understand Krishna's form. And a small thought came into my mind, like Krishna's form and Krishna's name are non-different. Like when we try to chant, like out of the 9 devotional processes, Shravanam and Kirtanam are the topmost to understand about God, or to progress in our devotional service. I'm not sure, Mataji, whether it's relevant or non-relevant, but because I understood this way, so I request Tapas Prabhuji also to add few points about.
Thank you. Just to add to what we have discussed, actually, what we are discussing, the Lord incarnates with a purpose, actually. He doesn't incarnate just like this, because he has already said that whenever there is a increase in the religion or drop in dharma, then he actually comes for establishment of the dharma. So Lord is all powerful, all potent, and all merciful, and is full powerful. So he need not actually show any of his miracles or powers to prove that I am the God. So those who the fools or those who are cheaters actually do such things just to prove or to claim people's attention. The Lord need not do this. So one who is actually not situated in minimum knowledge actually falls a prey to them. So if you are actually reading our Shastras and are in the knowledge, then we can easily, to some extent, recognize the Lord when he incarnates easily. So regarding his form, actually, understanding the form of the Lord or what the Vishwarupa has shown to Arjuna, it's very difficult for normal human beings to understand actually this vastness of that. Even Arjuna being such a big devotee, he was also frightened actually and asked the Lord to come back to his normal form. So unless and until we understand that everything what we see around us or in the cosmic world, even the sun, moon, whatever you see is all the creation of the Lord actually. If it comes to that understanding of that, then only we can to some extent understand the cosmic rupa of the Lord actually. And third is that this regarding the Vishwarupa of the Lord, he doesn't show it to everybody, only his very chosen few. Like even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has shown his Vishwarupa to a few, like Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Only a few confident, need not to the whole of the world actually, who can believe or who are situated in real knowledge only. Only he shows to them. So our ordinary mortal beings, we actually fall a prey to all those miracles, but we have to read our Shastras, know the knowledge, and we can differentiate between who is actually the Lord and who is not. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay. I think room number 3, nobody represented, right?
Yes. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Okay.
Yes, Puja Mataji or Mamta Mataji, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Puja
Mamta
Mataji.
Mataji, you can say that, then I can add it wherever it is.
Yeah.
You can start, Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna Mataji. Um, when people they say that we are God, so we are to tell them they like to show us. We cannot. I know there are so many people who can show, and that they can do magical tricks, and they can show that I am a god, but they are not a god, because if they are really god, we can tell them, can you pick up a Govardhan on your hand, like on your pinky? Can you take a poison like Shiva took it, right? So if they can do it, then they are God, but they are not. And plus, when they are God, but if they are God, but they are suffering in this material world. Because if they're God, they won't be suffering in this world. When Krishna was here, Krishna was always looked like a 16-year-old boy. He never got old. But all the people, all the Babas who say that we are God, but they are suffering with the material. They cannot cannot control their nature call. Even they have to go to washing. Can they control that? No. So they are not the real Baba. So we have to be very careful about them. And I know people can get even the Asura had a powers too. Like when you do tapasya, you can always please any demigod and get the benediction, and you can have some power for sure, but they cannot be the God. That's what I got to say. If Puja Mata, you want to add something about this, that's fine. And plus the God has all the 6 qualities. In this world, we just find like some people have only one thing, like Bill Gates and all that. They're the richest person in this world, but they are not the God, right? So everybody who has all the 6 opulences, they are the God, otherwise not. And we can understand the God only by when we surrender to our Guru and Acharya, the person who knows it. And Krishna, like Prabhuji, other groups said that Krishna only reveals to the people who he wants to reveal them. Krishna is not declaring, I'm a God, I'm not God, I'm a God, right? When he was here, he never, when he was in Gokul, he never showed that he was a God. He just acted as a, as a young boy, and Gopas and all that. He went to the jungle, forest, and took the cows, and he did normal activities. The person who is real God, he will never declare himself. Only the false Babas, they will declare themselves to be God, so that people can follow him. That's what I want to say.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So Mataji has covered all the things. For the second question, I can just add up something, Mataji, here, that the Lord can be only understood by the loving transcendental service to the Lord. And from the beginning, it should be what we have seen in the 10th chapter, that in Chatushloki Gita, that Abhyudaya, Prayojan, and the Sambandha, Abhyudaya, and Prayojan. So it will be always it should be the Sambandha, that is the relation to be with the Lord, and that can be only understood by the devotional service and with the chanting, because what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given as the holy name, the chanting of holy name, because Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam Kalau Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatir Annata. So it is the only way that we have to really remember Lord, and that is how we can get connected to Lord. So this Sammadhya Abhyudan, when we continuously been in these activities with the Satatan Kirtayanto Mam, so when we are with the devotional, with the association of devotees, we can definitely develop on this path, and we can understand Lord in that way. So that would be the only transcendently loving service. And as we have seen that the bhaktis, all 9 paths starts from Shraddha, it has to be with the faith. So faith has to be there, then only one can reach to that Prema Bhava. And it has to be with the steps that it should be with the Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, and Anatha Nivrutti. One has to get really out of this material entanglement, and then one can reach with that Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. So one can understand Lord with only with that transcendental loving service, devotional service. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, next time onwards, attendance link will be shared only once. Okay, so be careful and then fill the attendance as when posted. Okay, so I think
Sorry,
we have
Mataji, one room had not come back when I posted. So sorry.
okay. Yeah, right. Okay. So next time, immediately after the breakout room is closed, then we'll put the attendance. Okay. So yeah, so we had a nice discussion. So please participate in all the rooms. Is there any room where devotees were not participating? All right. Unless they have traveling.
I am in the Yatra, return Yatra, Mataji, so I couldn't speak Mataji, I mean, but so I have not participated in Zoom.
Such cases okay, but otherwise, we see that whoever is leading the discussion, like there will be one devotee who's leading the discussion, right? Saying that, okay, Mataji, please tell your opinion, your opinion. So whoever is leading the discussion, see that everyone talks and everyone is given time and respect everyone's opinion, okay? And then you can come back and represent and see that the same person doesn't represent all the time. If you have done like one or two times, then you can tell the other members, like, see, last time I have represented, so you can talk this time. So you give chance to others who never spoke. Okay, so in that way breakout room will be more interactive. Okay, so I'll stop today and we'll continue next week. Just take care of the open book assessment next time. I have to give the assessment for chapter 9 and 10. Okay, that means module 2, open book 2, the second open book. Okay, so and see that just 1.5 weeks is enough. For other batches, we close that the form in 1.5 weeks. But this time I saw when you upload the answers, I get the date and time also when you upload. So I saw one Mataji, she uploaded very late this time. So unless you have some personal issues, but otherwise, please upload within the prescribed time, okay, with the last date. So otherwise the form will be closed. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Anything to add or any questions? So Tuesday is Ekadashi, and this Ekadashi, the breaking time is after 10:30 a.m. Okay, so please take care on Wednesday when you break. Don't break before 10:30. Then the whole Ekadashi will be like wasted. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you.
Mataji, can I ask you one small question about Ekadashi, please? Mataji, what time should we start the fast, Mataji?
Yeah, it is said 1.5 hours before sunrise. That is the Brahma Muhurta time on the Ekadashi Sthiti. So there are devotees. That means before after 4:30, right? 4:30 is the Brahma Muhurta starts. So there are some devotees who take Nirjal and they get up early, like 3:30. They eat fruits and drink milk or water and all, and then they take Ekadashi in the sense as Nirjal. So there are devotees who eat before Brahma Muhurta, because the actual thing, because when Ekadashi is fasting is happening, there should be like the sun should be there, in the sense Tithi might be last, like some other day than the previous day, but when the sunrise should be there on that Tithi, then we start fasting. So 1.5 hours before sunrise, it will start, Mataji. That is 4:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Some places, some confusion this time. They say Tuesday, Wednesday. So whatever is given in the Vaishnava calendar, you follow that, whichever place you are in.
Yes, so, thank you, Mataji.
But it's better that some devotees, they do it on the previous day itself. Like previous day after sunset, they don't eat anything, or they don't know any solid food. They have it before, or they skip dinner and they start. But nowhere Prabhupada have mentioned all that. Prabhupada said fasting on that day is enough. So, and Prabhupada also never encouraged Nirjala Ekadashi, because he said devotional service is more important. But based on your how your health is and everything. Accordingly, we can do Nirjal, Safal, Sajal, all that. Okay.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji. Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Hare
One
Krishna,
second.
Mataji.
Patidanam Pavaneglu Vaishnavite Namah.